asymmetric synthesis. So what is asymmetric synthesis? So it is related to any synthetic process that introduce one or more new element of chirality during the functional group transformation. So say for example, this is a benzaldehyde. When react with HCN by using any racemic reaction, NaCN is a catalyst, so that gives racemic manganonitrile. So again it gives racemic mixtures. But instead of racemic reaction, instead of NaCN catalyst, if we are using some chiral enzyme, manganonitrile lysase, so if we are using such enzyme, at that time we can ensure that asymmetric reaction is possible. That means only one isomer is formed compared to racemic mixtures. In these reactions, what happen? Racemic mixture is formed, racemic manganonitrile is formed, but if we replace NaCN catalyst with manganonitrile lysase, again it is a chiral enzymes, so that produce only dextroisomer. So this is called asymmetric synthesis. Out of racemic mixture, we can synthesize only one possible isomer. This is called asymmetric synthesis. Now, in asymmetric synthesis, the reaction are either highly enantioselective or enantiospecific. Now, what do you mean by enantioselective and how to measure enantio axis ratio? That we'll see in later on slide. But enantioselective and enantiospecific, that means whatever isomer that is formed during asymmetric synthesis, it must be a pure more than 98% of its purity. So prior to development of efficient method of asymmetric synthesis, resolution was used to access the enantiopure molecule, but the resolution is not very efficient as maximum yield of desired enantiomer is only 50%. Another example, same is here, benzaldehyde with HCN, NaCN, we are getting a 50% of the isomer. So we are getting only 50% of isomer. Now one more example in asymmetric synthesis. The ability to synthesize single enantiomer of chiral molecule is important since biological system and where they are intended for application and are also chiral. Different enantiomer often interact with the target biological receptor very differently and often with different responses. That means if we seen in previous slide, like quinine and quinidine, so both having a different activity, it is only because of both the drug are interact with the receptor side, interact with the biological receptor by different way because of both having a different configurations, and that's why both gives a different responses. Same way here, pheromones for olive fruit flies, so R isomer that attract the male flies while S isomer that attract the female flies. Now what are the strategies involved in asymmetric synthesis? So generally for, or we can say main strategy for asymmetric synthesis by using chiral pool synthesis, or sometimes we can say chiron approach. Another is chiral auxiliary approach. Let us see chiral pool approach. So what is chiral pool? So it is referred to a collection of enantiomerically pure molecule available from the nature. Now in nature, which enantiomerically pure molecules are available? So it may be some amino acids, some chiral carboxylic acids, monosaccharides, various enzymes. So these all are the various example of enantiomerically pure molecule which is used in chiral pool synthesis, and it is available naturally. So all naturally amino acids, alpha hydroxy acid, natural D sugars, L-serines, lactic acids and ribose. So these all are the naturally available. Now chiron approach to asymmetric synthesis. So chiron approach or chiral pool synthesis, both are similar thing, refer to a synthetic process that employ a member of chiral pool as a starting material in the synthesis of target molecule. So here target molecule is our product which having a high enantiomeric axis means more than 98% of the purity. So in Chiron approach, we are using enantiomerically pure chiral substance as a starting material, and we are getting our target product or target molecule. The chiral center in starting material are preserved in target molecules. So that means, say for example, in starting material, chiral center is available at carbon number 3, the same chiral center that is available in product at carbon number 3, but it is not always true. There may be a shifting of chiral center due to some internal reactions. So same thing is here. It may be used pre-existing chiral center from the chiral pool substrate to influence formation of the new chiral center. So whatever chiral center is available with starting material, that is not observed, that is not available with target molecule, some new chiral center is formed at some another carbon. So the new chiral center can be generated through substitution or addition kinds of reactions. So we already discussed in organic chemistry, SN1 and SN2 are the substitution kinds of reactions and various addition reactions. So these two are the main reactions which are used to generate new chiral center. Now let us see the example how chiral pool synthesis is occurred. So first is functional group transformation. So we have to example is synthesis of L-glyceraldehyde. It is a unnatural sugar from natural amino acid L-serine. Okay, so L-serine, which is a hydroxy containing amino acid. So from L-serine, by using chiral pool synthesis, we can synthesize L-glyceraldehyde, which is considered as a unnatural sugar. So if we look at the structure, this is called starting material in case of chiral pool synthesis, and this is called target molecule. So S-serine is a starting material and L-glyceraldehyde is a target molecule, or we can say our product. So why we are using S-serines? Because of it is a natural enantiomer and it is very cheap. Now here reaction is functional group interconversion. That means whatever functional group is present in S-serine, that is converted into the another functional groups. That means amino group that is converted to OH by different reactions. Now how this reaction is proceeds? Again, one more thing, the position of the functional group that is retained in target molecule. Okay, so whatever the position of the functional group in starting material, that is the same position of the functional group or chiral center that is retained. So in first step, what happened? NaNO2 HCl. So as you all know, amino group, primary amine, if we react with NaNO2 and HCl, so NaNO2 and HCl both are produced nitrous acid. Nitrous acid react with amino group, primary amino, that is converted into the diazonium salt, and after work up in water, that gives hydroxyl group. So amino group that is replaced by OH group. Now by using acetone and tosyl alcohol, so ring cyclization is taking place between these two hydroxyl group, and then after BH3 and lithium aluminum hydride both are reducing agent that will reduce this keto group to CH2, and after pyridinium chlorochromate, again this primary alcohol that is oxidized to keto, and then after by using water under acetic acid, so again this ether linkage is breakdown and that is converted into the OH. So this is our target molecule. So by this way we can synthesize specific isomer by using natural enantiomers or natural amino acids. Another example, chiral pool synthesis of essential amino acid L-lysine from the natural non-essential amino acid L-serine. So that means in these reactions they have synthesized L-lysine from L-serine. So one is essential amino acid, L-lysine is essential amino acid, another is non-essential amino acid. So what happened? Amino group that is react with CbZCl, that means chlorbenzo formate chloride in presence of sodium bicarbonate. So chloride is removed and CbZ that is attached with amino group. Then after benzyl alcohol in presence of DCC, so again that is converted into the ester. Then after pyridinium chlorochromate, this hydroxy group that is again oxidized by oxidation kinds of reaction. And then after Wittig reaction, so as we all know, Wittig reaction, it is a, or application of Wittig reaction is to convert keto to alkene. So same way, by using this reagent, Wittig reagent, we can say this keto group that is converted into the alkene, and then after H2 palladium charcoal, again it is a heterogeneous catalysis process that reduce this double bond to alkane. By this way L-lysine is produced. Some another example, chiral pool synthesis of D-alanine from lactic acid, that means sugar to amino acid synthesis. It can be achieved via conversion of para-toluene sulfonate or para-toluene sulfonyl chloride. So this is a structure of L-lactic acid by using benzyl alcohol and DCC as we seen in previous reaction. So carboxylic acid group that is converted into the ester. Now we want to remove this hydroxy group, and instead of hydroxy group we require amino group. So as we all know, hydroxy group is very poor leaving group. So for that we can use para-toluene sulfonyl chloride in presence of T. T means triethyl amine. It is act as a base. So same way base can extract this proton, and from para-toluene sulfonyl chloride, this chloride is removed and oxygen is tosylated. This process is called tosylation. And then after, by using sodium azide NaN3, that is called sodium azide, again that is used to remove this oxygen, and here N3 that is act as a nucleophile and directly attack at here and remove this whole moiety. So by this way oxygen is removed from the starting material, and then after, by using heterogeneous catalysis process, H2 gas in presence of palladium charcoal, this N3 that is reduced by loss of N2 gas and it is converted into the NH2. So here OH group that is totally converted to NH2. So by this way from lactic acid we can convert to amino acid, that is called DL.